see. All right, perfect. So we will be live here in a second. I'm still getting some stuff in the background ready, and then my camera will activate, and then we will start with the fabulous news stuff here in a second. Let me make sure the speakers are on. Okay, speakers are on. Let me test them real quick. All right. Speaker, mic works, sound works. Our latency's flipping perfect right now. FPS is amazing. All right. So I just gotta get the ticker. Make sure it's set up so you guys can see the moving text at the bottom of the screen. But it might not show during the react, but it will during all the rundowns. Alright, I think we're ready to go. Let's scoot on over here to my redneck screen here. Let's go. Okay, welcome to the first Truth Be Told news rundown live stream. Today we're going to be doing a few things. We're going to be doing our react, and we are also going to be doing our rundown. Jesus, I am dark. I didn't get my spotlight on, but that's fine. That's fine. No, it's not. It's not fine. Hold on. Let me make me a little bit wider over here, y'all. I need to look white. There we go. Nope. Hey, did that help? There we go. Alright, that helped a little bit. First things first, we're going to be doing our Truth Be Told React like we always do, or have been doing. We're actually reacting to another Caitlin Bennett video at Liberty Hangout. And then we will move on to Truth Be Told rundown, our cyber rundown. And then after our cyber rundown, then we're going to move over to our regular rundown, which actually we will be talking about Greenland today and all that fun stuff. So let's get into it. Today we're just going to react to Caitlin Bennett. Again, actually, we've actually done this before, so let's get into it. I'm going to pause the video sometimes, share my thoughts, and fun stuff like that.
911. Would someone please call 911? I'm not going to talk to you about this any longer.
Why not?
Because I don't know if I can trust you.
Could we put her picture on your protest sign? Would you stand up for her who was killed by an illegal immigrant while jogging?
All immigrants are not criminals, and that is my last word to you.
Would you
Please
put
walk away
her
from me.
picture on your
Call
sign?
911. Would someone please call 911? I'm being harassed. I've asked her to walk away. She is not. Please call 911. Back up. You're in my
Don't touch
space.
my stuff.
You're in
Do
my
not touch
space.
my
Get
stuff.
away from me now. Away from me before I punch you.
Excuse me?
Goodbye. Yes, she is. She's following me, and she's putting the microphone in my face, and she's laughing because she's very self-righteous.
There's illegal immigrants over there right now in front of the Home Depot. You want the police to come?
She's harassing and will not leave.
We're here at the Home Depot today in Largo, Florida, where the libs are protesting out front, demanding that the Home Depot enforce its borders and not allow ICE agents onto the property to arrest illegal aliens. And so I think that's super ironic. Let's go talk to some people and see what they're so upset about today. Guys, how are you? Hi, I love your son. I love that sign. Thank you for being out here today.
Thank you for you being out here.
Yeah, I came. I have a YouTube channel actually, and I came to give you guys a voice and see what you guys are doing. We're just local. We're not the TV. We're not the news or anything. Yeah. So we came today specifically to protest Home Depot. Why specifically Home Depot?
Yeah.
She will hurt. Whatever you say, she'll distort it.
You talk. There's the boss over there. Talk to her. She's the orange.
Oh, yeah,
orange.
she just told me thank you for coming.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I already talked to her.
Oh, sorry. That's great.
She's a right winger who will distort what you say.
So I am generally on the right wing, but my conversations online, you can see, they're generally 30 to 40 minutes long, and I include the entire conversation that we had. I really like your sign because it's specifically about Home Depot. And when I did some research coming in today, I saw that Home Depot hasn't made any statements about ICE coming onto their property. Are you kind of demanding that they do something about what's going on?
I think it's a good idea. Get rid of ICE.
Okay. Yeah. And so if you could say something to Home Depot, the corporate office, what would you say to them?
I don't have anything to say. Okay.
You don't have anything to say to Home Depot?
No.
Aren't you protesting Home Depot?
Well, I'm going to be shopping there this afternoon, so.
Okay. So you're going to be shopping at Home Depot,
Yeah.
but you're out here protesting and you were holding a sign that you want them to change, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you want them to change?
Just don't let ICE on their property, man.
Okay. Why don't you want ICE to be allowed on their property?
Please, I don't want to talk about this. Okay. Do you mind?
Okay. Why not? You were okay with it until she told you I had a different opinion. It's okay to have a different opinion, right? Respectful dialogue, that's okay.
I'm having flag trouble.
If I could ask, what does the Ukrainian flag have to do with your protest today?
It's all part of the big package.
So intersectionality then.
Yeah.
Okay. So what does Ukraine have to do when people drive by and they see like the don't tear ICE our neighborhoods and the Home Depot stuff?
I'm here for Ukraine. That's all.
Oh, so you're not here for the Home Depot and the illegal immigrants?
Home Depot too. No,
Okay. What does Ukraine have to do with it though?
Please, would you go away?
Sure. Yeah. So your sign here, you took it from him, but he was holding it. It says de-ice.
So you see how they continue to not answer the questions that she is sitting here asking them. Now, they always do that. That's always what the liberals, the left does. You can ask them a question of why you're doing this or why do you support that, and they never have an answer. Or they never have facts or anything ever backing up their answer or anything like that, or why they pick what they do. You know what I'm trying to say? You know what I'm saying? But they always do it. He fixed his flag. he was out a little bit of flag trouble there. Let's unpause it and keep watching.
Home Depot. If you could say something to the Home Depot corporate office, what would you say to them? Okay. They'll probably get to hear your words if you wanted to. Okay. If you guys end up wanting to talk to me, you're more than welcome to. Hello, how are you?
It's too early to tell.
What time is it? Like what, 10, 15 or something like that? You're gonna stay out here the whole time and fight?
Yeah.
Absolutely. So why are we out in front of the Home Depot? In your words, what is Home Depot doing?
Home Depot is allowing ICE to come in and take people away.
Okay. Do you know how many illegal immigrants have been? Okay. I didn't know if you knew off the top. Has this ICE specifically done it?
I don't know, to be honest with you.
Okay.
But this can go across the country, though.
Of course. Yeah. If you could say something to the Home Depot executives and the corporation, what would you say to them?
I ain't got nothing to say to them. They know what they're doing.
Okay. They're like no call to action. Like, how would they prevent ICE from coming onto their property?
Same way the other companies do it.
Okay. And how is that?
Ask them.
Well, I'm asking you because you want to see changes at Home Depot, right?
I want to see changes in a lot of places.
Of course. But
Okay,
specifically, I'm just asking you to talk about what you want Home Depot to do. I don't see the point of protesting if you have nothing to say about what you're demanding. That's just interesting.
So from inaction to action.
Hi, everybody. You got a good crowd out here today. Congratulations on the crowd side.
Thank
I love
you.
it. What's your sign say? Okay. Go ahead.
Okay, I'm boycott Home Depot, stop allowing ICE to hunt humans on your property.
You've got a lot of blood drips and someone dying over there. Okay, this is a very powerful sign.
Thank you.
Okay, and if you could say something to Home Depot executives or the corporate office, what would you say to them?
We just want you to publicly denounce having ICE on your property. If you publicly denounce having ICE on your property and forbid them and stop giving them footage and people's license plates, then we will stop boycotting and doing a demonstration outside of your stores.
Okay. And so how would you like them to see them not allow ICE onto their property? What are the legal boundaries with that? Can they do that?
If the property is actually theirs, then it would be for them to tell them they're not allowed on their property. Yeah.
Can they do that with like police officers and ICE agents?
If they don't have a warrant. They have to show just cause by proving that they're supposed to be there with a warrant.
Okay, so you would like to see maybe Home Depot ask the ICE agents for a warrant before they continue with the raids?
Yes.
Okay, so as long as someone has a warrant.
Well, that's actually legal.
Yeah.
You know, like I don't have to open the door to them without them showing a warrant, and neither does Home Depot have to allow them on their property without a warrant.
Okay.
And then plus, really, the citizens need to stand up and say this is not okay.
Okay.
You know, and all of their employees come out and say, no, we don't want you here, and actually to group together as one voice and say this isn't okay.
Absolutely. So you said allowing ICE to hunt humans. That's pretty strong language.
Yes.
You believe that they're hunting humans?
Well, they are, because they're going just like when hunters. One time I went on a tour and somebody showed me one of those camps in the Everglades where they put bait buckets.
Flipping crazy. She's talking about all kinds of nonsense over here. You know, ICE is going out and deporting these people because they're illegal. All right, they're illegal. Liberals keep saying that they're not doing anything illegal, but them being here in the first place is illegal. That's why they're called illegal aliens. Get there yet? Illegal aliens. Them being here in the first place is illegal. You know, we support you going through the border and doing it the right way, doing your paperwork and all that fun stuff and getting your visa, but not just crossing the border and doing it illegal. We like the legal way. Come here legally, not illegally, and you won't be deported. And make sure your visa is okay, or you're gonna get deported. Now, they keep saying that ICE is too violent and stuff like that, but the liberals are the ones who are threatening them, I've seen a video actually on X of a rioters getting an ICE vehicle and pulling a safe out the back of it and actually getting a bunch of documents about the ICE agents and stuff, and actually sending all their addresses of the ICE agents and their names, last names, family information, all that out to the public. And the left are the ones who are being violent. Okay, they're the ones being violent. They're the ones trying to harm the officers. The officers are just trying to do their job and deport the people who are here illegally. The left are the ones making it crazy. They're the ones making it a big deal. All right. They're deporting pedophiles, drug dealers, thugs, illegals out of our country because Sleepy Joe had opened his open border policy, let all kinds of terrorists, drug dealers, pedophiles, gangsters, thugs, cartels into our country, and people from them countries' prisons, Venezuelan prisons, were emptied out into our country. So all these illegals are very bad people that are ICE, Immigration and Customs Enforcement, are removing. But the liberals hate that. They want to support thugs, drug dealers, terrorists, and rapists. So let's get back to it. Let's get back to it, everybody.
It's up so that they can bring in the deer closer so they can shoot them. And so it's not like a sport where you go out and you're looking in the woods trying to find an animal. You know where they're going to gather. Okay. And since the immigrants don't have a social security card, they're not able to work legally. They in the past have known that they were able to come to Home Depot property to get work, day labor, and so that's what I mean by that.
Okay, but like hunting humans, and you're talking about, in your example, they put up bait so they could shoot the deer.
Right. Well, actually, what they're doing is that they're picking up the people. They're masked men. Number one, masked men in America.
Some of them are masked.
All right, that's another thing liberals keep freaking out about is that they have masks on. Well, like I said earlier, the left is so crazy and wanting to try and get these people's information leaked online for harmful reasons and for bad things to happen to them, which is why they are wearing masks to protect their identity. Now, they get mad that ICE is doing it, even though when Antifa and everyone on the left goes to protest and stuff, a lot of the times you do see masked people in those protests, especially during all these protests going anti-ICE protests going on in Minnesota. You see all these people with masks on, which are liberals. So how come they can wear masks but you guys don't want ICE to wear masks? You know, they're wearing them for the same reason, to protect their identity so no one knows who they are, because the violent left is trying to leak who they are, where they live, and all that fun stuff. So they're protecting their identity. The same reason why the left is wearing them, to protect the identity. So why does the left make it such a big deal that they are trying to protect their identity by wearing masks when they go out and do those operations? Because when they do those operations, they're surrounded by a bunch of liberal faggots, and also they're dealing with thugs and gangsters and all that, and drug dealers. So yeah, you're going to want to hide your mask. Hide your mask. You're going to want to hide your face with a mask when you go out and do those federal operations.
Right, but the ones we see on, all the live footage shows masked men. And then they take them and they put them in unmarked cars and they take them away and they put them in prisons where Amnesty International and 200 other organizations, immigrant rights organizations, human rights organizations, are reporting and filming human rights abuses.
Of course. So let me ask you this. The people who are gathering here for work, they're not legal citizens, right?
I don't know. That's part of the reason why the Bill of Rights was written, because before the Revolutionary War and before there was the Constitution, the king would just say, oh, I don't like that guy, we're going to throw him in jail. And that's the reason they said there had to be due process. You can't go around just saying people are guilty of a crime without proving it in court. Right. And these people are not, they're being denied due process.
Okay.
All right, so this person is literally flipping stupid. She's an idiot. She don't have any brain in there. The reason why they might not get due process, well, actually, some of them, they do. Now, the reason why ICE is looking for them is because they already know that they're illegal. They already know who you are. They already know that you're illegal, and that's the reason why they're coming for you in the first place. So you don't need to go to court and sit there and all that fun stuff. They already know that you're guilty of being illegal. That's why they're coming for you in the first place. All right? They're getting it through your head, quite frankly. It's horrible.
I would love to touch on the due process, but first, why are they gathering here at the Home Depot when they're undocumented? You said they don't have social security numbers, so they can't legally work. Should we be rewarding behavior of coming into the country illegally and working illegally? Should we be rewarding that?
You don't throw them in prison.
So what do you do when someone works illegally and breaks the law?
That's kind of beyond the point on this particular issue.
Well, they're here committing a crime, right?
It's a misdemeanor. It's not a crime to throw them in jail. Home Depot encouraged them and allowed them to come, and now that they're there, they're having them arrested and taken off by ICE.
So they are committing crimes, right?
You have to prove that in court. You have to have a day in court. Some of the people that have been arrested are American citizens.
Yeah.
I think that you...
All right, so any American citizen that is arrested during an ICE operation, they're most likely being arrested because they are, what's it called again? That one word. They are messing around in a federal... Shoot! What the flip is that word? It's that one word that's there somewhere, you know what I'm saying? They are... Dang it! They're messing around in a federal investigation or something like that. Or they are being violent against the officers, or they're stopping them from doing their job. That's what I meant to say. They're stopping them from doing their federal operations, or they are being violent and harmful against the ICE officers or anyone else around them. That is why Americans do get arrested in ICE operations. Now, they keep saying over and over again, well, they need due process and all that. Well, once again, the reason why ICE comes for you is because they already know that you're illegal. All right? Remember, the people doing this is your Department of Homeland Security and the ICE, Immigration and Customs Enforcement. They look you up, get your information. They know that you're illegal, so they're going to get you. That's how they go and get you in the first place. All right? Because they know that you're flipping illegal. It's that simple. It's that simple.
You may be baiting me.
Oh, absolutely not.
No, I don't know. I don't know.
Well, let
I'm
me
not
tell you
sure,
about
'cause
myself.
We have people that just show up and then they take the clips they want
Yeah.
to make it look like we are people that are other than who we are, which I'm a retired nurse for over 40 years.
Thank you for
I
your
have
service.
grandchildren. No, don't. I became a nurse not so people, I'm sorry,
That's okay.
so could thank me. I became a nurse because that was my vocation.
Of course.
And
yeah.
it's the same for the police. They shouldn't be becoming police so that they could be given glory. Hey,
Well, let me ask you about
know.
that. A police officer and an ICE agent, their vocation is to uphold the law. And when an illegal immigrant, when a person comes over the border illegally, that is a crime. The due process for that is different, whether they want to process that criminally or administratively and civilly. There's two different types of due process you could get. Now, when we talk about vocations, an ICE agent does have the vocation of upholding immigration law. And when someone is trying to work illegally and not pay taxes, that's tax evasion, and companies are hiring illegal workers, that's also illegal. So that is their vocation, to go after people who are breaking the law.
Actually, untrained people. Are you familiar with the hired militia that they have in Iraq?
No.
That just go around hurting people. To keep the peace, they have guns. That's not a vocation. Anybody can do it.
So-
But I'm not going to talk to you about this any longer
Why not?
because I don't know if I can trust you.
So my name is Caitlin Bennett. I do lean to the right. I lean very to the right, actually. I support what ICE is doing, and I think Donald Trump is doing a good job trying to solve the border crisis. I think single-handedly he has solved it, and I think that people who come across our border illegally, they should not be here. They have committed a crime, a misdemeanor of coming over illegally, and actually the due process they get is very graceful and it's very kind, because we don't process them as criminals. We just send them back to where they came from.
That's not
and we don't
actually
hold
true.
them. Okay, can you correct my claims?
All I can tell you is that there are reputable sources of the hundreds of media sources that present both sides of a story.
Of course.
And one side of the story is that they're being very kind, which is not true.
Not true.
No.
Okay. So what's
There
more
were
kind than detaining them and sending them back to their home country? What's more kind than that?
That is not for me to solve. My point is that it is illegal in America. We do not have masked men taking people off the street.
Of
They
course.
do that in Nazi Germany.
Okay.
Okay, and that's all I'm going to say, and I'm done talking
Well,
to you.
I have a picture here. This is Molly Tibbetts.
Now, I'm going to say this again. Now, this is the second time I've said this today. You cannot compare Trump to Hitler. All right? That's horrible. You can't do that. You can't do that. He is not killing a bunch of people. He is actually freeing countries, and he's getting rid of terrorists and rapists and drug dealers out of his country that are illegal aliens.
Nope, I'm not talking to you.
She was jogging and she was
Sorry.
killed by an illegal immigrant. This is her picture.
Get out.
I was wondering, could we put her picture on your protest sign? Would you stand up for her who was killed by an illegal immigrant while jogging?
All white people do not belong to the KKK, and all immigrants are not criminals. And that is my last word to you.
Would you
Please
put
walk away
her
from me.
picture on?
Now, she's right. Not all white people are in the KKK, but Also, not all Mexicans are bad people either. They want to say that we're just doing it because we're racist and stuff like that, but no. We're getting the illegal ones out. All right? Not all Mexicans are illegal. She's right on that. Not all white people are in the KKK. She's right on that. But we're getting the illegal ones out. And it's not just Mexicans. We got Venezuelans, Mexicans, and a couple other Somalis and stuff like that. Not just Mexicans. And we're not doing it to be racist either. We're getting the illegal ones out, all right? The legal ones can stay as long as they flipping want to. We're getting the illegal ones out that cross illegally and that are drug dealers, pedophiles, rapists, thugs, and part of cartels, and that were released from prisons. So we are going to actually... Hold on. How long is this video? All right. We're going to do a couple more minutes of this, and then we're going to move on to the Truth Be Told Cyber Rundown, and then we'll move on from there.
On your
Call
sign.
911. Would someone please call 911? I'm being harassed. I've asked her to walk away. She is not. Please call 911.
I just asked you, this is Molly Tibbetts. She was killed by an illegal
asking you
alien.
to walk away. You are very disrespectful for not doing what I said.
Police come.
I would actually like to stay here for the police.
leave
Yeah,
before the
please
police
call the
come.
police.
Good.
Yeah. So, you know, there's illegal immigrants over there right now in front of the Home Depot. You want the police to come?
She's in my space and she won't stop talking to me.
Well, she can talk to you, but she back up. You're in my
Don't touch
space.
my stuff.
You're in
Do
my
not touch my
space.
stuff.
Get away from me now.
You're on a public
Get away from
sidewalk.
me now.
You're on a public
You are in my
sidewalk.
you are way in my personal space. You need to step
And
back,
you are in the
sir.
street and you need to get out of the street, please.
You need to step back.
You guys are acting like dictators out here. Aren't they acting kind of like fascists and dictators telling people what they should do? This is Molly Tibbetts. Molly Tibbetts was killed by an illegal alien while jogging. And these people, will anyone put their pictures on your signs? Will you put their pictures on your signs? Women who were killed by illegal aliens, will you put their pictures?
You know, I've known women that were killed by legal aliens. So,
Will you put their pictures?
no,
No, you won't.
away from me before I punch you.
Excuse me?
Goodbye. Goodbye.
You just threatened to punch me?
No.
No, you threatened to punch us, ma'am. You need to leave.
I'm sorry. We are at the corner of Seminole and Homerton. We are having a peaceful protest, and there is someone that's putting a microphone in our face. We've asked her to stop, and she will not.
She's on the phone with the police right now.
Pardon?
It's just so funny. We don't allow ICE agents to come on Home Depot, but you want the police to come on a public street to what, arrest me? So we can't arrest the people who are committing crimes and working illegally, coming into the country illegally. But you want them to come to me for being on a public sidewalk? That is actually insane.
Get out of her space. Get out of her personal space now. You're committing assault right now. You need to get out of my space.
I don't want to leave the scene
We're at
of
the
crime.
corner of Almerton and having a
You can go to Patreon. They call haters on this public sidewalk who just called the cops on me. We're in ICE out, but the Largo Police Department, come on in. We're on public property, baby. There's a conservative out.
All right. So I don't think she shows when the cops come in this video. So we're going to have a quick commercial break, even though I don't have ads yet. I'm just going to call it a commercial break. Just for a second, I'm going to get the cyber rundown ready and the ticker, the moving text on the bottom of the screen, and my script turned on. We will be back in just 1 second, back with Truth Be Told rundown. All right, everybody. See you here in a little bit. All right, everybody. Welcome back to Truth Be Told. We are back live. Hold on. All right, welcome to Truth Be Told Cyber Rundown. Today we are going to be looking at. Here we go. Let me fix something right here. There you go. Welcome back to Truth Be Told. We are still live. Welcome back, everybody, from the short break. Now we're going to be doing the Truth Be Told Cyber Rundown. So we're going to now look at some updates that everyone should be aware of. We're going to be talking about Google Chrome. Exactly 10 security defects. We will be talking about critical memory flaws in the V8 engine and Blink. Specifically, CVE 2026 0899 and 0900. These were high severity bugs, and they could have allowed remote code execution, basically allowing a hacker remotely to deploy code into and take over your device just from you going into a unsecure website. So they fixed that, thankfully. Google paid nearly 20 grand in bounties to the researchers who found these. If your browser version isn't on 144.0.755.9.60 yet, you are officially vulnerable. So make sure to update your Google Chrome right now. It is currently vulnerable. Now, forget the browser talk. We need to talk about your operating system. Microsoft just released the first biggest update in 2026. The 2026 year, I almost said Truth Be Told. Microsoft just released their first Windows 11 update. So let's get into that, okay? All right. This was a mix of finally we fixed it and oops, we broke it. All right. Basic Microsoft stuff, all right? First, some good news for you, my laptop users over here. If you have a newer Copilot Plus computer with a NPU, you'll probably notice your battery dying faster. Now, Microsoft confirmed that they've officially fixed this in this update. All right. So they fixed it so your flipping battery won't die as fast with a Copilot laptop. So what happened is that even when you were idle or not using your computer, for some reason your NPU was still active. So it wouldn't turn off. It was still using your battery. But they fixed this, so now it turns off when you are not using it. So you will start to see good battery usage. All right, your battery won't be being used as much. So that's a very good thing. That's something good that they did in this update. But stay alert, there's a glitch in the grid. If you are on an enterprise or a high security rig with System Guard Secure Launch enabled, this update might stop your PC from shutting down. Instead of turning off, it just restarts over and over and over again. If this is happening to you, don't panic. Microsoft just pushed an emergency out-of-band fix on January 17th. Now, they didn't flipping post this update on the regular Windows update. They want you to get it from a different website. So, Microsoft is not even posting their own updates in their own updater? What? That's weird. That's very weird. Why won't you post your own updates in your own flipping updater? Microsoft, what the flip? It's not all just fixing bugs, though. File Explorer just got a massive AI upgrade. You can now right-click any photo using Copilot AI in your Windows 11 device, and you can now have AI edit your photos, erase things, and even get rid of the whole entire background. You even got a little eraser that you can sit there and erase certain things in your photo, and it will remove it. Blurb, and it will blur your background without even opening an app. Also, Narrator can use AI to describe complex charts and images for you in real time, using, again, Copilot AI, making your operating system look and feel a lot more advanced and smarter. Now, we also got some cyber alert. Oh, no. Hold on. We got a cyber alert slide, but we don't have any cybersecurity alerts for this live stream. So, I mean, that's pretty good, but we don't got any cyber alerts to talk about. What the flip? What? Flipping messed up. So, yeah. Microsoft released that update that we just got done talking about. It was actually the first big update for this year of 2026 for Windows 11. Now, for you Windows 10 users, I'm very sorry, but Windows has officially, which you guys should know by this by now, it's been a little while actually, but they abandoned Windows 10. So you ain't going to be getting no updates for Windows 10 anymore. So hopefully you've upgraded to Windows 11, but Windows 11 seems the same. They keep making updates that are breaking more stuff. Typical Microsoft. All right. So this was our Truth Be Told Cyber Rundown. Now we're going to go to our regular Truth Be Told Rundown. Today in Truth Be Told Rundown, we're going to be talking about Greenland. So make sure to stay in this live stream and be ready. We're going to do a short commercial break and we will move on from there. All right, everybody, welcome. You are currently in Truth Be Told Rundown. Truth Be Told Live. We just finished our Truth Be Told Cyber Rundown. Now we're going to go to our Global News Rundown with Truth Be Told America. So today we're going to be talking about everything going on in Greenland. Now, I do have to say this every time. We are not an official news company or anything like that, such as Fox News or any other news company. We also get all of our information from publicly available sources, such as the White House and the FBI and the CISA. We also make sure to fact check our information. So, let's start this rundown. Big news today in the world of trade. President Trump is putting new taxes on goods coming from Europe. Starting from February 1st, a 10% tax will hit 8 countries. These countries are named UK, France, Germany, and others in NATO. Why is this happening? It's all about Greenland. All right, we're getting Greenland. The president wants to buy the island, but these countries say no. All right, they say no. If a deal isn't made by June 1st, the tax jumps all the way up from 10 to 25%. Okay. Europe is not backing down. Denmark's leader says Europe will not be blackmailed. Leaders in Greenland say their land is not for sale. They're even sending more troops to the island to show that they are serious. Okay. I love that they're trying to send troops over there to Greenland to think that they're more serious when... Didn't they just see what happened in Venezuela? We don't care about your military. We don't care about the troops that you have. We want it. We're going to get it, okay? They should be scared of us. All right, we're not scared of them. We never will be scared of them. All right, they're wasting their time, wasting their money, sending their troops out, trying to show force because it's not going to do nothing. They're not protecting nothing. They're not. We go to. Yeah. No. No. The EU is calling this a big mistake, and that they're ready and they're getting ready to fight back with what they call a trade bazooka. This means they might stop buying billions of dollars worth of American goods. Okay. Alrighty then. Now today they even stopped a major trade deal with the U.S. to send a message. They're sending messages. Oh, it's so scary. We're not scared of you, Greenland. I'm telling you, we're not scared of you. We're not scared of the EU whatsoever. We're not scared of them. We're not scared of them. Investors, switching all the way over here to investors. Investors are moving their money into gold because it seems as safe. Seems safe right now. Big bosses are meeting in Davos, Switzerland. They say they don't know what will happen to their next business or the world. Sounds crazy. Well, that was your Truth Be Told rundown. That got crazy. That was our little rundown for Greenland. Now, we'll keep a close eye on this as we head towards February, as we head towards the February deadline. Expect another Truth Be Told live near February when this all goes down to see what happens. Hope you guys enjoyed the Truth Be Told live. This is the first time we've went live on our news channel. I put a lot of work into this, quite frankly. Hope you guys enjoy it. Tomorrow, we might have another rundown. Not live, but another rundown. So, this was Truth Be Told live. We went to reacting a Caitlin Bennett. We did a cyber rundown, and we just finished our Truth Be Told rundown on Greenland. So make sure to like and subscribe to Truth Be Told. Make sure to stay up to date with all of our videos and keep up with the world. Okay, keep up with the world. I'll make sure to keep you guys up to date. Before we end, we might show the stock market and what the stock market is real quick. So, yeah. Let's do that. We're going to switch over to our stock market page here and show you how the stock market show for a little bit. And we will then end the stream. All right, so as you can see here, this is the current live stock market tracker, our Wall Street uplink, here at Truth Be Told. So we will keep this up for a little bit before we end the live stream so you can see the current stocks and stuff. Now we do make sure to have this up to date. It is currently connected to a live tracker. If for whatever reason it is not updating, we're actually able to reset it. As you can see right here, let's see, system reboot. We can have it make sure to restabilize the IP. All right, there we go. I hope you guys enjoyed this live stream. I worked hard on it. We got a lot of new tickers and fun tools I've been making out of HTML code, of course. This was different. It was really fun. It was really fun to go live on our news channel. So yeah, we're going to end it here officially. We're going to end it here. Make sure to like and subscribe to Truth Be Told America. Peace, y'all.